Exercise is the most powerful drug we have for longevity, and that's not just an opinion. It's a quote from Dr. Peter Attia, one of the world's leading longevity experts. But which exercises pack the biggest punch? We've done the research, and we're about to share the ultimate longevity workout. Have you ever thought that the secret to living longer was right under your nose, or more accurately, right under your feet? We're talking about functional movements, the everyday actions you perform without even thinking about it. These simple movements could be your ticket to a longer life. Let me explain. Those everyday activities you do, like getting up from a chair or picking something up off the floor, are not just movements, they're actually powerful ways to increase lifespan. Take getting up from a chair, for example. You might not realize it, but that's essentially a squat. Every time you stand up, you're engaging multiple muscle groups and challenging your balance. It's like a mini workout, and you don't even feel it. And it only gets better. Research has shown that your ability to get up from the floor is directly linked to your chances of living longer. It's not just about being able to do it, it's about how easily you can do it. The smoother and more controlled your movement, the better it is for your long-term health. So how can we take these everyday movements and turn them into a real longevity workout? That's where the magic happens. Let's take the squat, for example.
1. Squats.
It's not just for weightlifters or athletes. The squat is your new favorite anti-aging move. It strengthens your legs, challenges your core, and improves your balance all at once. Plus, it directly translates to that all-important ability to get up from a chair or the floor. You can begin with 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions, focusing on slow and controlled movement as you lower yourself. Aim for your thighs to be parallel to the ground, keeping your chest lifted and your knees in line with your toes. Over time, you can add light weights, like a backpack filled with books, to increase resistance and boost your strength gains. Try this 4 days a week for best results. David V., a healthy aging expert, puts it perfectly. Simply stated, our exercise choices are the greatest influencers of our older age health, resilience, and independence. By focusing on functional movements like squats, we're not just exercising. We're investing in our future independence and quality of life. Imagine your muscles as a piggy bank. Every year after 30, life sneaks in and steals a few coins. Sounds concerning, right? Don't worry, there's a way to not just stop the theft, but to stuff that piggy bank so full it can barely oink. But before we reveal how to prevent theft, let's talk about sarcopenia. It's a fancy word for a not-so-fancy process, the loss of muscle mass as we age. After 30, our bodies start to treat muscles like an expense they can't afford. Without regular strength training, you can lose up to 3 to 8% of your muscle mass every decade. Think of it like a leaky bucket. At first, you might not notice the small trickle, but over time, that constant drip adds up. Before you know it, you're left with a fraction of what you started with. That's exactly what happens with our muscles if we don't take action. But here's the good news. We're not completely helpless against sarcopenia. Strength training can actually reverse muscle loss. Studies have found that older adults who engage in regular resistance training can significantly improve their muscle mass and functional ability. It's never too late to start building that muscle piggy bank. Dr. Peter Attia, a longevity expert, puts it perfectly. Strength training is like retirement savings for your body. Just as you want to retire with enough money to live comfortably, you want to reach an older age with enough muscle to protect you from injury and keep doing the things you love.
2.
Deadlifts. This fundamental exercise works your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back all at once. The deadlift mimics the everyday movement of picking something up off the ground, making it incredibly functional for real-life situations. To get started, use a light barbell, or even something as simple as a heavy bag. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, bend at your hips, and keep your back straight as you lift. Aim for 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps twice a week. If you're new to deadlifts, start with lighter weights and focus on perfecting your form to avoid injury. Once you're comfortable, gradually increase the weight to keep challenging your muscles. While deadlifts and squats can indeed extend your lifespan, it's not enough because there is something more important than just being strong and having muscles. Have you ever heard of VO2 max? It's a fancy term for how well your body uses oxygen during intense exercise. Think of it as your body's engine efficiency. The higher your VO2 max, the more efficiently your body runs. And what's even more important, it's directly linked to how long you might live. Dr. Peter Attia calls it perhaps the single most powerful marker for longevity. After you hit 25, your VO2 max starts to decline. It drops by about 10% every decade, and after 50, that decline can speed up to 15% per decade. It's like your body's engine is slowly losing power over time. If you want to test your VO2 max, there's a simple way to do it at home. Time how long it takes you to run a mile as fast as you can, then plug that time into an online calculator. It'll give you an estimate of your fitness age. This number can be eye-opening. You might be 40 on paper, but your fitness age could be 60 or 30. Now for some good news. Improving your VO2 max can have a huge impact on your lifespan. Studies show that boosting your VO2 max can make you functionally younger. 3. Toe yoga. Believe it or not, your toes play a crucial role in your overall stability and balance, even though they might not get the attention they deserve. These small but powerful structures form the foundation of your body's ability to remain steady and mobile, especially as you age. Weak or uncoordinated toes can significantly impact your ability to perform everyday activities, leading to potential falls and injuries. Strengthening your toes can enhance your overall stability, improve your posture, and even boost your performance in physical activities. One simple yet highly effective exercise to strengthen your toes is toe yoga, a practice designed to increase flexibility, coordination, and strength in your feet. To perform toe yoga, start by sitting comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. This position ensures that your feet are fully supported, making it easier to focus on the movement. Begin by lifting your big toes, while keeping the smaller toes firmly grounded. This movement engages the muscles that control your big toe, which is critical for maintaining balance during walking or standing. Hold this position briefly before moving to the next step. Now, reverse the action. Press your big toes down firmly while lifting your smaller toes off the ground. This step can be trickier because the smaller toes are less accustomed to independent movement, but with practice, you'll notice improvement. Perform this sequence slowly and deliberately to ensure proper form and maximum muscle engagement. Aim for 2 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions per foot daily. If you find this exercise challenging at first, don't be discouraged. It's perfectly normal. Use your hands to assist in moving your toes until they become stronger and more flexible. Over time, you'll build the strength and coordination needed to perform the movements without assistance. Incorporating toe yoga into your daily routine can make a significant difference in your stability and reduce the risk of falls, ensuring you remain active and independent for years to come.
4.
Single leg deadlifts. This move combines strength training with balance work. It challenges your coordination, builds leg strength, and improves your overall stability. It's like all you need in one exercise. Stand tall with your feet together, holding a dumbbell in one hand. Shift your weight onto one leg and hinge forward at your hips, lowering the weight toward the ground while extending your other leg straight back. Return to standing by engaging your glutes and keeping your core tight. Aim to perform 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per leg 2 to 3 times per week. Pro tip: start with body weight if balancing is difficult, and use a wall for support if needed.